Alright, we're going to be changing the dryer motor out on a Whirlpool Stackable and this happens to be model LTE5243DQ, I believe 3. Stackable Whirlpool dryer. We're going to change the blower, the dryer motor out. First step, you're going to want to, and here's the tools you'll need. You have a large crescent wrench, a set of vice grips. Everything is 8mm, so I got an 8mm socket with extension on it, screwdriver, and a little pair of vice grips. You'll see in a minute what those are real helpful for. You can use other tools, but that's what I used. First step is to take the back off. And so you have your back here, and you have your screws that you have to take off to get the back off. We'll take the back off, 8mm. And I guess I failed to mention the other tool, and that is a step stool, unless you're 7 feet tall. And the next is to take off the top. And so you take off the screws along the top. And we'll take the top off, 8mm again. And so we've taken the back off, and we've taken the top off. The next thing we can do is take this cover right here off. And again, it's 8mm screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like 7 of them. As you can see from the back here, I like to take the screws when I take them off. I like to put them back in where they came off. That way they're always there. Same on top. So now we're taking off this shroud right here over the fan. It goes into the cleaner vent. And so now we have that cover off of the fan. There's the fan that we're going to have to take off in a little bit. And so now we come around to the front, and we've got the top off. So now the next thing is to get this panel off right here. And that panel has little screws. They're actually pull down tabs underneath. 2 pull down tabs right there. And you got to get a hold of that, and this is where the little vice grip really comes in handy. You just get on that little tab, pull it down, then that comes loose, then do the same thing on the other side. And we just get these little tabs right here. And this is where that little vice grip comes in handy, and that you'll see that when they do that, that pops this panel loose. That panel pops right loose. And see, those pins that are underneath there. See the spring for them, there's the pin. It engages this little bracket here. That catches the bottom of the front of the dryer right there, and that's how that holds that on. And then that's just little brackets that hold that up in there. See that bracket over there? And that just hangs free right there. Then you have these 2 screws. Take out these 2 screws, these 2 bolts there, and again 8mm to take the dryer front. We're going to take the dryer front off. So we'll take those 2 screws off, and then that front just lifts up and out. And there's little U-shaped catches. There's slots in the door and a little U-shape on the frame that it just slides up on. So we'll take those 2 bolts out and then slide that up and out. Bolts out, and all we're going to do is take this door here and pick it up, and it pops right off. And then we just disconnect the wire that has the door latch control on it. So just disconnect the wire for the door latch. And now we have the dryer drum looking at us. And so what we're going to do here is down underneath. You can see the pulley. You just pull that pulley back, and then that belt will come right off. A little difficult to do one-handed, but you can see the idea. This pulley, when you pull that back, see how the belt loosens up, then you just pull it off the shaft right there. Belt off, the drum just comes right out. Really, it's just sitting loose in there, so we'll just take the drum out, pull the drum, just pull the drum up and out, or forward and out. Motor, and the motor has the two clips that we have to take off on the front right here. And so the next thing we're going to do is take those two clips off. To pull the fan off of the motor, I hook up a crescent wrench, and then this little nut here to that little nut out on the outside of your motor, and you need to put that down across this way because you're going to need to turn that back on the fan on the other side. That holds that there, and that hold that for me. I don't need help or anything. And then I can come across here on the fan. Now this is kind of tough. You're on the back here, taking the back off. You've taken that shroud off already. Saw that earlier. We'll just take a screwdriver and run it across that fan right there, and then you can get some leverage to loosen that thing up. Now you got to really wail on that thing. I mean, it takes a lot of strength and you're going to push that clockwise to loosen it up. You wouldn't. Instincts will tell you to go counterclockwise. But you need to go clockwise with that thing to loosen it up. So you just get your screwdriver in a good point there, and then you can bust that loose with a screwdriver, or sometimes you can just do it with your hand. And once you busted that loose, you just unscrew that to the right, clockwise again. And there you go. Fan comes off of your dryer motor. Now your dryer motor is held on to this little plastic frame right here by these two clips. This clip right here and here. And all you got to do is get you a screwdriver and get up underneath that clip right here. Get that little clip right there. Get up underneath there, pop that booger up. And it won't always be that easy. This one's been off a couple of times. And you got another one of those clips back here at the back. You got to get that clip off. So same thing, pop that up underneath there, and that loosens that motor up from that little plastic. And we've already taken the fan off the back. So our motor's ready to come out now. Now we disconnect the power connection here by pulling these little tabs on each side of the connector, and then that releases the electrical connection there.